This is what's called a graded trading card. This one in particular is Dragonite from the 1999 Pokemon Fossil set. It got a 10, but what does that mean? So graded cards are cards that are professionally examined and evaluated for their condition. A person will take a look at a card, the front, the back, the surface, the centering of how like the borders look, etc., all those little details, and then give your card a score out of 10 marking its condition. 1 is the worst, 10 is the best. This is a pretty common thing in trading cards these days, mostly with games like Pokemon and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And a lot of sports cards as well. And I've done a few Pokemon card grading videos on this channel, but today we're doing something a little bit different because we're grading cards, that basically no one else has. Literally, no one else has ever graded the cards that you are going to see today, because today we are going through my one-of-one Steven Universe sketch cards. If you haven't seen my Steven Universe trading card videos, in those boxes are one-of-one sketch cards with art done directly onto the card by different artists. And those are the only copies of those cards that exist in the world, except for maybe like test prints. There's some test prints of these things, but for the most part, for the public, general public, they're the only ones that exist. And I've pulled a handful, basically one in every single box that I've opened, plus I've bought like 1 or 2 online, and today I got them graded. Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird to grade cards that there's literally no other ones, so I guess the condition doesn't necessarily matter, but because these cards are so rare and so fragile, I like getting them graded for no other reason than to just preserve them. So I'm not 100% invested in what the grade actually is, as much as I am invested in making sure that these cards stay pristine and preserved for as long as I have them. So we're just gonna grab the first one, cover up the grade on the front, and see what we got. Hey, it's Mayor Dewey! This is the most recent sketch card I was able to pull. I pulled this back in December of 2020. God, what year is it? God! 2023. I pulled this back in December of 2023 because it's 2024 now. Jesus, I have not made a whole lot of videos this year. So, this is a sketch card of Mayor Dewey, the mayor of Beach City, done by Jay Hammond, and it got... Okay, it got an 8. Huh. You know, I guess I'm not really sure what they're looking for on these. There's no centering. See, on Pokemon cards and Magic cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, there's these borders in between the art. Those cards are cut in those border sections, and the way they're cut determines the centering of the card. So, like, if this yellow border was thicker than that yellow border, then you would say that it was off-center from the top to bottom. But a card like this doesn't really have centering at all. So that's not necessarily even a criteria here. There is obviously going to be condition grading for the surface and the corners and edges. And cards like these that have these squared off corners, that's a lot easier to damage than rounded corners because there's just such a finer, fragile point to them. But then, like, how do you grade surface damage when the card has been drawn directly onto? Like, it's very interesting. I wish CGC still did their subgrades so I could really tell what was causing these grades to come back as they are. But that's our first one, a near mint to mint 8 on Mayor Dewey. But moving on, we've got a new card now done by an artist named Kate Carlton. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that last name. I'm not sure what the E does to the other vowel sounds, but looking at this immediately, you can see that whatever art was done on this card, let's get the light shining on that a little bit more. Whatever art was done on this card definitely had some bleed onto the front. That's interesting. There's a lot of little black ink spots that have gone from the front to the back here, so that might have something to do with whatever grade it gets, but let's see. Oh, it's Yellow Diamond. Ooh, this is one of the first ones I think I ever pulled. I did not pull this one on camera. I think I pulled this before I started this channel, and so I've been holding this one for a while, but that is Yellow Diamond done by Kate Carlton, and it got... Okay, another 8. Okay. Yeah, you can really see why this card would have so much ink bleeding onto the back. That is a lot of heavy shadowing, and you can see every little pen stroke. It's so beautiful. I love this. I don't care that it got an 8. I just love that this card is now preserved so well. It's a genuine little piece of art, even more so than like other cards are, because this is like the only one that exists. It's really cool. Okay, moving on. I can't fully read that signature. I think that last name is Birch, but I cannot read what that first one is. Starts with an S and a T, but there's a lot of ST names. But I'm pretty sure the front will give us a little bit more information. Let's see. Oh, this is a little crying Steven. Did I pull this one? Did I pull this one on camera, or was this one that I had beforehand? Oh my god, first pack? Apparently, first pack in, we've already got a chase card. This is a sketch card right here. This is hand-drawn art of Steven from Steven Universe. Well, who else would it be? Either way, this is the first time we've seen our main boy, Steven. He's crying. Those trademark gloopy ass Steven Universe tears. What do we get? Okay, we got another 8. All right, that's not too bad. We're keeping with the 8s here so far. I wonder why. What are they actually looking for on cards like these to give them grades? Do they usually grade these, or are these more for like authentication type things? We can actually see now that artist's name is Stephen Birch. This is a 1/1 Stephen Birch art card. He signed it in the corner there too. This is another art where you can just really see all those little pen strokes and stuff. I'm glad we actually have some of Stephen and not just the side characters. So let's see if we can get these up to maybe a 9 or something like that. Now that is a name that I cannot read. So let's just flip it over and see. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This is the Steven Universe card that I bought off of eBay. I did not pull this, so I have no clue what this will come back as. I'm fairly positive that it looked pretty clean when I sent it in. At the very least, it didn't look any different than the ones that I pulled straight from a pack, but this will be an interesting experiment. We got this really nice action shot of Steven jumping up into the air, keeping on the Steven train. All right, there we go. Finally, we bumped that up from an 8 to a 9. And again, this is one that I did not pull myself and I bought off eBay and was shipped to me. So it's interesting to see that this was technically viewed as being in better condition than the ones that I pulled straight from packs. I guess it's also worth saying that a lot of these cards have traveled with me. When I went to Card Party last year, I took these instead of any of my Pokemon card collection to show off to people because it was my most unique collection. So maybe some damage happened while I was like flying with them and stuff. Either way, we're going into Jay Mendez card, and I think I remember this being one of my favorites. So let's see. Yes, this is the one that I freaked out when I pulled. Wait, oh, yes! We did get another sketch card. Oh my god, and this one's incredible. We got another sketch card. Is this like genuine watercolor? Oh my god, look at this. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? This is an absolutely gorgeous watercolor art of Stephen, Connie, and Lion. This is one of my favorite cards in the entire batch. It might be genuinely my favorite card in the entire batch. So let's see. All right, we got a 9 again. Nice. Okay, yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with a 9. 9s are great. Again, the grades don't matter. It's not like there's another one of these that's gonna have a 10 or an 8 or anything like that. The grades don't matter. I'm just more perplexed by what exactly they're grading for with cards like this. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of edgeware damage, maybe, and again, cards like this are a lot easier to damage with those squared off corners. Those can get bumped a lot easier, but man, that art is so good. It's so great to have this in this protected case that keeps it much safer than anything else, and now it's a much better display piece. Oh, I can't wait to just like put this on a stand or something. Has anyone ever done this? I don't know if this would be good, but I just had this idea. I like to hang things on my wall using command strips. If you put a command strip on the back of a graded card and then built like a wall collage of graded cards with your command strips, would that be good? I know it would look cool, but like if you had to take it down with the command strip like hurt the case or something, the card's gonna be fine no matter what, but like, that might have given me an idea. That might have given me a really bad idea, actually. Most of the time when I get graded cards, I just put them in cases and never look at them again. So it's just nice to know that they're safe, but it would be actually really cool to have some creative ways to display graded cards that aren't worth so much that you're afraid to touch them, but are still cool enough to display. Anyway, I don't know whose name that is. Let's see. Ooh. Actually, I might save this one for last because this is the first sketch card that I pulled. I recognize it now. This was the first sketch card that I pulled when I was doing any Steven Universe cards. So I might save that for last because we've only got one more card. It just feels more appropriate to end on that one. So let's move to this one by David Angelo Roman. So let's see. I don't know if I remember what this one was. Oh yeah! We got Steven playing ukulele on the beach. That's fun. Such a cute one. I love that this one's more grounded in a scene like the watercolor one than just being like a portrait. So let's see. Okay, we're back down to an 8. Okay. It's a little disappointing, but oh man. You know what? There's something up there in the top here. Kind of looks like some lines. I wonder if that's damage? I don't know. I've kept these things pretty well preserved since I pulled them, so I'm not really sure how any damage could get to them. You can see on the back here that the yellow of that ukulele is bleeding into the back of the card. But again, just so nice. I love these cards. They're so simple. But yes, okay. I recognize this one as the first ever sketch card that I ever pulled. Oh, we got an artist card. Oh, it's stuck together. Whoa! What the heck just happened? Look at that! Oh, that's so cool. This is done directly onto the card. This is what I open these cards for, this kind of stuff. We've not managed to hit anything higher than a 9, and it would be really cool if something like that happened on the first ever one we pulled in that big Steven Universe card video that really helped this channel like kind of pop off back when I first launched it. So we've got Stevani. Stevani, the fusion of Steven and Connie with this amazing, like, I'm not even sure what you'd call this. It's black outline, but all of the color is through like tiny little dots. You see that? I don't know what you call that, but it's like this beautiful night sky reflection. It's beautiful. The Connie, Steven, and Lion card is my favorite, but this has been like a close second. Like that card supplanted this one as my favorite, but let's see. Oh my, no, okay. All right. What a coincidence. Dang. All right, so this is our first and only Gem Mint 10. I promise I didn't plan that, but that is a Gem Mint 10 on our last card and the first card we ever pulled on the channel. Wow. I don't know what they're looking for, man. But now that I don't have to cover up the grade, we can get a closer look at that amazing art. So this is a sketch card by Rory McQueen. I'm glad they figured it out at CGC because I had no idea what that meant. But no, this is now probably one of the coolest things I own. This is a one-of-one sketch card with art done directly onto the cardstock with a Gem Mint 10 grading, and it is the big card that I pulled in my first ever Steven Universe card video. What a wild coincidence, man. That's great. And my other favorite card got one of the only other high grades in the video. It got a 9. That's fantastic. So yeah, at the end of the day, we got Mayor Dewey with an 8. We got Yellow Diamond with an 8. We got Crying Steven with an 8. We got Beach Steven with his ukulele with an 8. We got this Steven that I didn't even pull that got our first 9. We got my absolute favorite of the bunch, Steven, Connie, and Lion, this beautiful watercolor art with a 9. And then somehow we ended on a 10, the only 10 in the batch. That's amazing. These are 100% now some of the coolest, rarest pieces of my collection. There are no other cards of these. There are plenty of other sketch cards, but these are the only cards of these that exist. There is no other Stevani card like this. There is no other Steven, Connie, and Lion card like this. These are all completely one of one. And now, not only are they in my collection, but they are preserved to stay as pristine as they can for the rest of time. I really hope that I can add to this. Like, I really want to get more boxes. I really want to buy more of the sketch cards off eBay. And I really like to just build up this insane collection of Steven Universe sketch cards. Oh man, that's so special. That's so special. Yeah. Huh. All right, cool. Leave.